This is going to be a really quick video on the human molecular evidence because I think this has been taken out of the course for 2020, but I think it doesn't hurt for me to just really quickly make a quick video on it. So with molecular homology, we either look at DNA or amino acid sequences. So what we've been able to do is we've managed to extract DNA from some well-preserved hominin species in particular sediments. Now we're comparing the DNA sequences of these fragments to the human genome, and we compare other hominoid species like chimps as well. We have very similar amino acid and genetic sequences to these Homo naledi, these Australopithecines, all of those. And as a result, that's how we've now decided that we are quite close and we must have had a recent common ancestor. So we don't just use these physical similarities, we still use the DNA evidence. So this bit here, if another species within the Homo genus existed today, how could we test how genetically similar they were? Say we found a random Neanderthal. Now, just some weird extra human-like species on the planet right now. How would we test them? So this is the answer, but I'm not going to go through it because this is not on the study design this year. Yeah, it's got to do with DNA hybridization. But you could just say you would compare the DNA sequences, more similar equals more recent. Can you see how I love this phrasing? Yeah, more recent common ancestor. All right, so when did the human line actually diverge? How do we know that it diverged that way? So this is just a little bit of an extra reading for you. It's not important. It's not on the study design this year. So not on 2020 study design. But the molecular clock principle, that one that I talked about, gives the impression that a protein will change at a certain rate over time. And so when we've looked at those, we think that the first hominin diverged from the African ape line somewhere between 5 to 7 million years ago. So the last common ancestor, or most recent common ancestor of humans and gorillas and apes and chimpanzees, must have existed about 5 to 7 million years ago. Others have thought it might have been up to 30 million years ago, but now we're saying that our fossil record is saying about 30. And that's all I have to say about that.